Hello, hello, friends. Welcome to the Jet Lounge. Welcome to the stream. I am just setting up a couple last things. Hope your weekend is going well so far. Let me see here. I need that opened. This is open, and I think everything is connected. And let's see. Okay. That's all good. And right. I believe we are good. Alrighty. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to the Jet Lounge. I hope your Saturday is going well, and your weekend, I suppose. Let me lower the music just a little bit. I don't know. I never know how loud the music is in comparison. So we're going to just drop it here. I want you guys to be able to hear it, but also I don't, have to shout necessarily. So I hope your weekend is going well. My yesterday was pretty good. I had to cancel stream because I was tired. I worked a bit and then had to do some filming. Had to do some. I'm trying not to dox myself. Had to do some filming and interviewing some people, and it just took it out of me. When I got home, I was like, I think I'll stream. And then I decided, you know what? That's a terrible idea. I'm so tired right now. I could not think of a game to play that would be relaxing or good in that mood. I kind of thought, okay, I could play some Animal Crossing. Kind of calm, but I feel like I like to be creative when I'm playing Animal Crossing, and sort of thought maybe I'd kind of tapped out all of my creativity earlier on in the day. So then I thought, well, maybe I could play Golf Story, because I want to finish that, but I kind of decided, I'm not really feeling it. The only thing I actually felt like playing, which I didn't end up playing later that night, but I just didn't stream it, I did think about playing Apex, just because and streaming it, because I do play it just about every day, but, it's kind of brainless, it's kind of mindless, and so I could just kind of do that, but I felt like I wouldn't be able to really interact with chat or anything, so I opted against it. So anyway, yeah, I ended up canceling yesterday's stream. So apologies if that was something you're looking forward to. But today we have the Jet Lounge, and we are going to play Abzû, which I have only seen some little snippets of. Never played it. I think I at least looked up that it's about 2 hours to beat, I think. Also, I'm just a little bit out of focus. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Maybe if I focus it on that. Let's see. Hey, that's better. Okay, that was bothering me. It was just barely out of focus, but here we are. Abzû. I think the only thing I really know about it is that there's water. Sea creatures. I believe it's about 2 hours to beat, just about. Let me double check that. How long to beat? I've been going to this website very often recently. Let's see. Where are you? Abzû. Yeah. Looks like generally 2.5 hours. Apparently completionist time is about 4 hours, but still roughly pretty short. So I'm expecting that we finish this game today and that we just like, we call it there. We call, you know, we just, I kind of wanted a game that we could play where it's just kind of a one-off. We haven't had too many of those recently. We've had like 2 or 3 session playthroughs of some games, but I kind of like trying to keep Jet Lounge's pretty like short game stuff, but we'll continue to play some of these longer indie games. I just kind of like, I found some games that I think we're going to be able to play pretty much in one sitting that are either like really relaxing walking simulator type games or I don't know. There's one that I found that is like almost literally a walking simulator. Hold on, let me feel, what was the name of it? It was on sale, and I was like, I think this is the best time to get it. Because it's probably not worth all that much, but let's see. It's, oh, Dear Esther. And from what I understand, it's like very much a walking sim. El Capitan, how's it going? Yeah, I hear Dear Esther is like very much a walking sim, but I heard some people say it's actually kind of good. It's like an advanced level of walking sim, which I don't even really know what that means. But I think you literally just walk around an island and you like find stuff. So we might play that one of these days where it's like, what do we play? I have no idea. We just go for something random. What is this song? Excuse me. Oh, it's from Undertale. It seems so loud in my headphones. Let's drop that down there. For me, I think it should be normal for you guys, but for some reason, that song in my headphones was so loud. There you go. Which, by the way, kind of speaking of soundtracks, which game? There's a game called Dear Esther that we're gonna play at some point. I just don't know when. But it's like, there is literally no other objective besides walking around, and you kind of discover things. It's from what I heard. I watched a review for this game, and they were kind of like, there's really nothing to do in this game. You just kind of walk around to different points on an island. There's like some story bits that you can kind of uncover, but that's it. Like, all you do is walk. Dash, welcome. Sup, Breadbin? I love it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so it's like literally a walking sim, aside from you just pick up, I think you can like, I don't remember if it's like, you pick up something and then like your character reads it out loud, or like, I don't know. Or you go to different points and your character just speaks? That might be it? I can't remember. Anyway, it was like $2 the other day. And I was like, great, if we're gonna try, I think they described it as like an experimental walking simulator, something like that. Dash, how is your day going? Night? Your evening? It is evening for you. How was your week? But today we're playing Abzû, which I've not played before. And I'm getting over my fear of water to play it. I think it'll be fine. I just figured this looks like a very relaxing game, and I feel like it's perfect for that today. I am excited about playing some Apex, though, later, Cap. So, I hope you are stretching your fingies. Stretch the fingies, and get ready for some Apex. Right, that's kind of what I figured, is this would be a perfect... I've been looking at games... It's kind of been funny. I've been looking at games specifically for the Jet Lounge. Because I have some games that I want to play, but I'm like, it's too intense maybe, or like not very lounge-worthy. So I think I figured You're gonna love Abzû. It's beautiful. Oh, good. Yeah, I've seen just like random GIFs and stuff of it, pretty much, and it looks great. So I picked up a few games that I think would be fun to play just during some jet lounges. There's a game called Arise: A Simple Story, which is kind of like a platformer. But it looks really like pretty and very like I don't think the platforming is very difficult from what I understand. The night has been good. Good. Yeah, my day's been going well so far. Not a lot's happened. Kind of slept in a little bit this morning. And then just kind of lounged. Cooked some breakfast. And then here we are. Yeah, Dear Esther, I mentioned that. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which I think is supposed to be like mystery. And I don't know if this would be a lounge game. Maybe not. I need to rewatch the trailer, but it might not. The Talos Principle, I think, is like a puzzle game that might fit a jet lounge. What else? There was something. Oh, I know why it's not on this list, because I'm looking at all the stuff that's not installed on my PS4. There's a game called Thomas Was Alone? Oh, Everybody's Gone to Rapture might be another puzzle game that we play. Oh, and then I think I beat this before, but if you guys remember The Unfinished Swan, I think I've beaten it before. That I got very close. But we might play that on a jet lounge, because I think that would be very jet lounge worthy. Very, very cool. Yeah, Thomas Was Alone was the other one that I was thinking of. That one's another puzzle game that I think we'll be able... That's going to be kind of loungy. I think it's loungy. And then The Witness. We might play The Witness. Just looking for puzzle games. And at some point, I'm sure there are more noir type games for you too. Some more detective work. I know. I actually have pre-ordered. We'll see how these go. I pre-ordered the Famicom on the Switch. What is it? It was on the last Direct. It's not... Let's see. I pre-ordered them both because you get like a discount if you pre-order both of them. But it's called Famicom Detectives Club. Hold on. They announced it recently. Famicom Detective Club. And there's 2 games. The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind. One of them is supposed to be a little spookier than the other, but it's like a manga novel type game. Almost looks like what you would imagine like a dating sim to look like, but you go in and you like investigate people and like ask them questions, and it looks interesting. Apparently they're like remakes of older, I mean, I guess, I don't know what it came on at first. Maybe it was I don't know what it was released on initially, but anyway, I picked those up. They're not noir, but they're like mystery solving type games. So I'm curious. One's like, I think you have to solve a murder of some kind, but then there's the second game, I think the one that's The Girl Who Stands Behind, is like, I think there's like a ghost or something. A ghost. Also, one of the next jet lounges, I really want to play I Am Bread. I played it with a friend a long time ago, and my friend was much better at the game than me, and so I want to try to give it a shot. Maybe just play it once on a Jet Lounge. We'll see how far we get. I just think the novelty of the game I Am Bread is incredible, so I kind of want to play it. What's not to love about flopping a piece of bread around a room to try to get to like a finished zone? So there are a few games that I have like that I want to play. Also, I just mentioned this in the Discord, but A Hat in Time I've never played. I've also never seen anybody play it. But there is there's a song that keeps coming up on this playlist. That every time it comes on, I'm always like, what is this song? It's so good. And it comes from A Hat in Time. And so I've listened to it enough times now. I added it to one of my own playlists. That I'm like, I kind of just want to play A Hat in Time just because of the song. I know it's a platformer. I know you can collect different hats to get power-ups. And that's really all I know about it. But I kind of want to... give it a shot. I need to check... I saw that it's... I looked it up on the Switch, because I think it's on Switch and PS4. It's on a lot of platforms, I think. Right? Anyway, I haven't checked... I feel like things are more likely to go on sale on the PS4 than on the Switch. But it is currently not on sale, it looks like. $30, which I think is normal. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if gonna keep an eye on it and see if it ever goes on sale. If it does, I'm gonna pick it up because I think people might like it. It's a cutesy platformer, but just want to play for the songs. I know, I kind of was like, have I ever played a game or have I ever been interested in a game purely because the music drew me in? I can't think of anything else, but I think I am interested in playing this game just because of the song. I do think, from what I could tell, it may not be on like the base game. This one song may not be in the base game. I think it's on one of the DLCs. So I was like, oh, lame. But I mean, I'm still kind of interested in giving it a shot. So we'll see. I think it still fits our type of game. Here well, it wouldn't be a Jet Lounge game, but it still fits the channel vibe, I think. So we will give it a shot. There's something else I was going to mention, and I can't think of it now. I have been trying to get a PS5. Sadly, this week, I don't think Best Buy got any shipments in. I didn't get a single notification from them that they'd been selling any, so I need to keep on waiting. I'm trying to get it at Best Buy because I have a coupon there. I can get about $100 off of it, which would be substantial enough that I'm like, it's worth waiting. I will say, and maybe this is sad, I did buy a PS5 controller just in preparation. Emmers, welcome. How are you doing? How was your week? How's your weekend? We were just kind of talking about random games we might be playing soonish. Dying? Oh no! Oh wait, you're still feeling bad because of... Did you get the shot? Is that what it was? Something like that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Well, I hope you feel better. I know this is probably not the right time to mention this, but if you want to send some pictures of your island, let me know. I can extend a deadline if you're feeling bad. I'll extend the deadline just for you. But if you're still interested in sending photos in, let me know. But it doesn't have to be a strict deadline. We can flex on that. But we were talking about games we might be playing soonish. Oh, and then there are a couple of games. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, is that what it's called? Yeah. We might play that at some point. Haven't decided if that's... Oh, wait, did you already send me some? You may have. I need to check my messages. Did you? I can't remember. How many am I looking for? You can send, like... I haven't sent you any yet. Okay. I'm looking for, like, 3 to 4 photos, right around there. I mean, any extras you have, it's perfectly fine. If you can't decide, you can just send them, and I'll pick out of those. And then at least one of those needs to be a close-up of your character, like full body, but just close up. Like have their full body fill the frame. And they can do a pose or whatever. Or they can be sitting or, whatnot, but just want a close up. Well, I hope you feel better. That's no fun. I think one of these days we might play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I can't tell if it's a Jet Lounge game. Hyperlight Drifter we'll play at some point. I really want to get back into that. We haven't played that at all here, but I've played a bunch of it on my own a long time ago, and then I just never finished it, and now I'm like, well, now's the perfect time, I think. Also, in 2 weeks, Pokemon Snap comes out, so we're gonna play that. We'll play that when that comes out. Maybe that's a Jet Lounge game? I don't know. The one thing is, this song is getting on my nerves. The one thing is, I haven't really played a Pokemon game since maybe like the first generation, I think. I don't think I've played another game since then, aside from like Pokemon Stadium. And that might be it. So I kind of think I might be at a little bit of at a disadvantage when it comes to Pokemon Snap, because I'm not going to recognize what those Pokemon are, and like there's probably going to be a lot. I feel like Pokemon Snap's this type of game where it's going to have a lot of like, this is an electric type, and I bet if you do this, they're going to react a certain way, and you can then take, like, a better photo of them. Not going to know. But Pokemon games are usually pretty, like, kid-friendly, so I think they'd probably explain a lot of that stuff. All I'm saying is that I'm going to be a bit of a noob when we play it, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it'll be a nice, chill game. So that's why I think it might be a Jet Lounge game than, I don't know, normal in the week game, but I don't know. But let me see. Did anything else happen this week? Work was pretty normal, aside from Friday. I know Monday and Tuesday of this next week, I have to do the same thing again, where I go film a little bit. But I think Monday is way shorter. And then Tuesday shouldn't affect anything. So I don't think I don't think Monday's stream will be delayed. But who knows? Who knows? If it is, it'll only be like an hour or two. And I think it's a short enough interview that I shouldn't be too tired. I get really tired when I film things, for whatever reason I've learned. Like, I think when I'm behind the camera, I think my brain just goes into like overtime. And it's kind of like, okay, we got to make sure that the sound is working, the frame is good, is this an interesting shot? Is the person saying what, like we need them to say? Are they answering the questions? And they're like, I don't know. I think my brain kind of gets a little overworked when I film. So it's kind of, I get tired. I get sleepy. I get real sleepy. By the way, side note, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Highly recommend this past week's episode. Super intense. People need to watch it so that at some point we can talk about it. I thought about having this for WandaVision. Enchanted Island, welcome. I'm too behind. Emmers. I recommend checking it out. And like jumping on in. Catch up quick. Enchanted Island, are you enjoying it? No spoilers, but are you enjoying it? I kind of need to have... So... Shadow, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, I am. Nice. Good. Yeah, I thought about having this for WandaVision, where like maybe once the series was over, we have a stream where we just chat about WandaVision or something. I loved WandaVision, and I kind of still want to do that. And I feel like maybe it's a little too late, but maybe for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, maybe like a week after. We just watched the latest episode today. It was so intense. It's getting very good. And I think they're doing a lot more interesting things than I thought they were. Like, the show's gone in a different direction than I thought it was going to, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm really curious. I'm sad that, okay, this is episode 4, and there's only 2 episodes left. There's only 6 episodes of this show, and it makes me sad. Granted, I know WandaVision had 8, but I guess if you think about it, a few of their episodes were only like 30 minutes long, so it's like, really, it's about the same amount of time. But the number 6 just feels so... it feels like such a short season. I still haven't finished watching WandaVision. Oh man, Shadow, I loved it. I loved it. I kind of thought if we did a WandaVision stream, what we could do is like talk about each episode individually or something. But I feel like at this point, because so much time has passed, we might want to do just like chunks of episodes and then like get to the end very quick so we can just talk about general stuff. What we think the future may hold for some of these things and the MCU and all that stuff. With the Winter Soldier, I think, or Falcon, and the Falcon and Bucky show. We can, I don't know. I think maybe a week after. We wait a week. And then we, just have a breakdown chat. Where we just talk about our thoughts, where the show ends up. But it's good. I've been enjoying it. I'm liking these shows. I'm liking these shows because I think they are sort of breaking down their characters a bit more. And I really like that. I like that we are getting some, not backstory, because we kind of know we know about these characters, but they're they're able to show a different side of them than what we normally see in the movies. Because in the movies, things are already escalated to 11, and so they're like, all right, we have to figure out what to do, and we go do it. There's a little bit of drama, a little bit of arguing, and then we have to go fight the bad guy. But in this, it's like, I don't know, you kind of get to see, this isn't spoilers, but you get to see, like, different sides of Bucky, and you get to see different sides of Falcon, and how they interact with each other, and also, like, their families, and, or, like, people in their lives, and I don't know, it's just neat. I like that a lot. I like that this show particularly also goes into, like, the whole implications of the blip, I guess. I think that's what they're kind of calling it, where everyone was snapped and gone, and, like, some of the problems that came out of that, and then just, like, the hardships of everyone coming back all at once. Like, I don't know, it's just an interesting show, and there are pieces that I just had never thought about. So I like that they're fleshing out this world. I'm curious about the Loki show, which I believe comes next. I haven't really ever been, like, a huge Loki fan. I know there are people who love Loki, who are, like, diehard Loki fans. Never been one, but I'm curious. His show looks interesting. I think it'll be more, not trippy, maybe, but, like, I feel like it'll be closer to WandaVision than the Falcon and Bucky show. But we'll see. We'll see. And then, I will say, the one show that I am the most looking forward to. I've been falling for 30 minutes, yeah. He's a really funny actor, and he does that character so well. I think part of it, and where I'm also kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this show, is I really like Thor and Loki's dynamic. I think they're really funny together, as kind of like, they just play off of each other super well. So I'm kind of just like, I don't know how I feel about just the Loki show, but I mean, judging by how well Marvel's been orchestrating these shows so far, I feel like it's going to be good. I'm going to like it. I'm going to enjoy it anyways. But the one show that I am the most excited for, which I think a lot of people do not agree with me, I just cannot wait for the Hawkeye show. I am so excited for it. I think part of it is I really enjoy him as a character in the comics. And if you are ever interested in reading some good comics, I highly recommend the Hawkeye series written by Matt Fraction. That came out maybe 6-ish years ago, 7-ish years ago, maybe now. It's wonderful. The art style is actually really cool. It's flat, like it's very flat drawings. Like the color choices are very minimal. Has a really neat style, but the story itself is interesting, and I think we're gonna get a touch of this. Because the logo that they're using for the show is very similar to the one for this one specific comic run, where it's like a purple. It looks like a bullseye, but like instead of red, it's usually like purples and blues or something, and the little circles are purples and blues. Anyway, but that comic I love because, like it starts off with Hawkeye getting injured. He's like with the Avengers, and in the comics, of course, there's like Wolverine is an Avenger. So I think he's doing a thing with like Wolverine and the Hulk and somebody else, and he ends up falling off of a building, I think landing on a car, and he ends up like hurting his back and is just like cut up and stuff. And they all kind of like jeer at him and are just like, all right, we'll see you in a month once you get better. And of course, like Wolverine heals super fast, so they all just start poking fun at him. So the comic itself is very like small scale for the most part, where it deals with him living in an apartment building by himself and kind of like helping out his neighbors. And like there are some enemies that kind of move in, but it's not like Thanos, like coming down from space and trying to steal stones. It's like way smaller scale, and it's just really cool. Like, it's just a different side of him. He rescues a 3-legged dog that he calls Pizza Dog. Maybe that we just call Pizza Dog? I don't know if he ever gave it a name. I think maybe just fans call it Pizza Dog. Anyway, maybe the dog, I don't know. But then in the comic, it does also feature Kate Bishop, who is also Hawkeye. She took up the mantle of Hawkeye once Hawkeye was missing for a while in the comics. And we know that she will be in this show as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this show goes. Plus, I think Hawkeye kind of gets a bad rap. And to be fair, out of all of the Avengers, I think he's one of the least explored characters. Like, I think his big, like, character shaping moment has been, well, there's 2 parts, maybe. Which was one, when you learn he has a family. In Civil War? Was that Civil War? Might have been. Anyway, when you learn he has a family, that was kind of like he's a family guy. That's kind of like his backstory, I guess, or like his thing. It was a shock. It was a surprise. Nobody knew that he had a wife and kids. So that was kind of a thing, but that didn't last very long. It was just more of like, hey, he's got a family. He's got some kiddos back home. And then I think the only other like real character moment for Hawkeye is maybe in Endgame with Black Widow and Hawkeye when they're on what was the name of the planet? Vormir. When they're like trying to decide basically who will sacrifice themselves for the stone. I think that was an interesting character moment. We got to see their dynamic a bit more, which I liked, but then also you kind of get to see, I think, his approach. I don't know. You get to kind of just see a glimpse there. And maybe I will say maybe another part of it is also when they go find him and he's like in Japan and he's like just slaughtering all those people. I think that's also, I suppose that is a character moment. But like we don't really learn about him. We just kind of see him do things. I kind of want to hear him, I don't know, talk. He just kind of is the silent one who then starts shooting. He kind of complains about some things every once in a while, and that's sort of it. I want more. One thing that's kind of cool is in the Hawkeye comic that I mentioned. They go into a little bit of he has like some hearing problems. I think something like maybe he's almost always had them, but it gets better and then sometimes worse depending on things. And I think at some point in the comics he like an explosion goes off really, like near him, and it kind of basically makes him deaf for at least a temporary period, while his like ears are kind of like healing up, or I don't know. But apparently he also had hearing problems when he was a kid, and so he knows sign language. So there's a entire comic that is just sign language, which is really neat. Where there are no speech bubbles, I don't think, the entire time. But they do actually, like, spell some things out in, like, hand-drawn hands, if that makes sense. I want to see if I can find Hawkeye comic. Sign language. Let's see. Here we go. I think this is neat. And this also shows the art style a bit that I was talking about. So I guess there are some speech bubbles, but they're all blank since he can't hear it. Which I think this is like, there's some just really neat storytelling in this. In this one issue. And I don't even think there's no, like, Drew a Blank, welcome. How are you doing? And I don't know. It's just neat. I really loved this one series. This is also, which one is this? What issue number? 19. And what's kind of cool is there's, like, what I think is they didn't release like a translation of this issue. Like there's not one that has it all filled out with like, this is what this says. So you kind of have to either like go look it up on your own, or there are some people who've like translated it on like Reddit and stuff for people who want to know what's kind of being said. You can kind of tell you can tell the story just by like context of the images and stuff, but but it's neat. It's so good. So again, if you're ever looking for a Hawkeye series to read, because you love Hawkeye and you recognize that he is the best Avenger, you can start with, there's a trade paperback. It's on Amazon for $16. And it's called Hawkeye Volume 1, My Life as a Weapon. There's like a couple of them, but it's so good. The art, so good. And the storytelling was also really fun too. So, anyway, that was a tangent. I don't know why I started on Hawkeye so much, but I just wanted to let everybody know that they should give it a shot, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into Abzû. I feel like starting it up now. Let's see. Okay. All right. By the way, I'm really excited at really excited at the prospect of getting a PS5, but I'm going to miss my PS4 theme. Apologize if I fall asleep. Hey, do not apologize. This is the Jet Lounge. This is, I think, the quintessential game to fall asleep to, probably, because from what I understand, it's mostly just the swimming. So, I think this will be the perfect time to fall asleep. Don't even worry about it. Exactly. Perfect. And I think, again, it's only like a 2-hour game from what I've seen. So we'll probably be finished once we finish this. It'll kind of just be the end of the stream. I really know nothing about this aside from there's water and creatures, and that's kind of it. Precisely. That's basically all I know about this game. And then the graphic style. And I'll try not to just like talk the entire time. Let you guys just kind of appreciate it. Also, for those that don't know, I don't know how to swim. So this is the closest I'll ever get to it. That might be too loud. That might be too loud. Let's drop that there. I played Wind Waker totally prepared. Oh, good, yeah. Press to dive. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to. It's hold on. Is this gonna help me? Why does that feel so weird? I guess inverted is normal. Okay, this feels better. But, all right, let's see how the swimming thing goes. Oh, he's playing inverted. It just feels weird because it's like in a 3D space, I think, that I'm just not used to it. So I'm pushing. So to dive up, or to do, oh, I guess it's because you can do this, maybe. It's just like an interesting hello fish. To ride? Oh. Okay, I think you can kind of control that. Can I ride this? Oh, there's a thing on Aquaman? I know that. I was like, am I talking to the fish? What do you do? Kind of adorable for some reason. I just don't know what. I just don't know what it does. fishies? What is that? I think they just are fish that we released. That's what we weak. I want to... Oh, they're following. Come on. Come on. Hey, why is he stopping? Hey, Misa, how's it going? I don't think we have enough speed right now. Maybe we'll get more speed. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, this game, is it on the Switch also? I can't remember. I want to say it eventually came over to the Switch. Yeah, apparently it's a really short game. 2 hours maybe. It's called Abzû. I have 100% lost orientation. I don't know where we were. Oh. Another one? My teacher, the octopus. Interesting. Do I have 2 now? I do. Friend or foe? Oh, we did a little dive. So I don't really know much about this game, so I don't know if there are like things to collect, if we're just kind of just trying to explore. I think we're just exploring. I think that's a collectible. What do we collect? No idea. Getting air. What is the goal of this game? I think it's just purely exploration. I don't think there's there might be maybe like a little bit of a story, but I think it's just purely. I thought I breached the top. So I just kind of skimmed it. Hold on. I know we shouldn't go interact with that thing, but I just want to be a dolphin for a second. Okay. There we go. I like these like flipper things light up, it looks like, while we're in the dark. I don't know. Okay, let's go see what. I mean, clearly there's something to do here. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Nope. Cool. I guess I'm supposed to go to it. Assuming we go here. Hello. Ooh. Some manta rays? Wait, was this not already filled with water? Was I just floating? What's going on? What is this? Is the water just being purified? Maybe that's what's happening. I'm confused. But it's very beautiful. I guess all the darkness went away. Where's some of... Where's the manta ray? Ah. Oh, and do it again. Oh, I missed. What's that? I need to dive down. Dive down. So then we can kind of aim. We're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. Yay! That was difficult. Okay, so it's very pretty. Let's do it again. Let's try it one more time. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I'll let you go. There's also a thing. You can't just write anything, right? You can't like latch onto this. What are you? Press the touchpad button to meditate. Oh, you can, like, follow different, like, types of fish? A giant trevally! Hey, we know that. That's from Animal Crossing. Is this also... That looks a unicorn fish? Show me a rooster fish. Threadfin butterfly fish. Giant trevally. But cannot show me the pilotfish. Unicorn fish. I wanted to follow the okay, so that's what this does. I wanted to follow the manta ray. Yeah, it's a neat little game. I think on average they say like average play time is about. Oh yeah, I want to see what this stone thing is. Average play time is 2 hours. Completionist is like generally 4 hours. It said. Okay, question. You can't go lower than this, right? So it's like a pretty short game. Yeah, okay, I thought it was on the Switch. Just couldn't remember. So this is the thing that we like activated. I love jellyfish. Despite them being, like, super poisonous, mostly. I just like the idea of them. What is this? Okay. So we have some people that look oddly similar to me. Carrying some things, some pots and stuff. I see some fishies. What is this? Is that a tree? A cactus? Oh, and look, there's like those shells. We picked up a shell. Maybe it's related to that. Who knows? But hello. Can I latch onto you? No, I cannot. And we have this. What is this? It's like a building of some kind. There's a whale. It's like 3 shark people. Some fishies. Plants. Maybe a sun mirror thing down there. Another building. I wonder if we're going to come across some ruins. The controls kind of, it took me some getting used to, but I think I'm getting a handle on the movements now. As I accidentally almost start doing flips. Look at the sand. Oh! My friend! Well, that was rude. Okay. Now my robot friend is like, should we leave? We definitely swim through the hole. Better at gaining speed. Ayo! There we go. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We can be like a little dolphin. We ran out of juice. Alright, let's go see what this is. Julia, welcome. How's it going? How is your evening? Welcome to the loading screen. Very exciting things. You've come at the right time. Oh wait, nope. Okay, this isn't a trap. This is just the loading screen. Well, there we go. Looks like maybe it's finished. Oh no! Well, I hope you start feeling better. You're playing Abzû? Have you ever played it before? Enough speed to like so I feel like I was supposed to tag all of them. I definitely did not. I missed one. Dolphins. Seems like a fun game. It is. It's very relaxing. It's kind of just a... from what I understand, it's on the Switch also. I'm playing on the PS4, but it is pretty just like... I think it's mostly an exploration type game. It's supposed to just be kind of like an experience and a full like story type game. And you can do stuff like, well, that was very anticlimactic. Wait, I need to figure out the best way to, like, dive. Gain speed. Well, that followed me. Can I? Okay. These look like... Are these dolphin? This kind of looks like, there's another dolphin-like creature. I forget what its name is. Oh, you can! Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is how we do that. Oh, it's just a common dolphin. Look at that. That's so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna want you to do a backflip this time. Dolphin can't do backflips. So much fun. We have in Alaska, we have these. They're not dolphins, but they look a lot like dolphins. What are those called? Oh, look, it's these things. These are also in Animal Crossing. They're one of the sea creatures. Yeah. Let's see if there's any more of those things. How do you speak with your scuba mask with that awesome beard? I don't know. That's why I don't swim. They don't make scuba masks for beards. Tonas, how are you doing? We are playing Abzû. Have you ever played it before? Very relaxing. Oh, I think I was going out of bounds. Waiting in the car while Arcus visits her grandmother. Oh. Well, I hope she left the. Do we need to go there? I don't know. Hope she left the window roll down. Yeah, you might be on your phone. I don't know. The typos maybe give it away. This game is just very chill and relaxing. Let's go in this thing. And I don't really know if I'm going for a completionist type thing. I'm just going to kind of go through it. There is. Hopefully a shark won't eat this one. Is this on Switch? So I'm playing it on PS4, but there is a Switch version. I think this was a PS Plus game a long time ago, and so I've actually had it. I just never gave it a shot, which I'm actually kind of okay with now that I can play it here. Did you play anything on it? Some totals. I like totals. Are those tuna? Jetstream! Trophy earned! The jet stream! We did it! We did it, everybody! Let's see. Oh, right. Okay, so that's what you're playing Detroit on. I see. Also, Julia, I hope you have a good rest, a good sleepsies. Thanks for popping in. I know, right, Talinus? I feel like you guys over in Australia have some cool stuff. Great Barrier Reef is right around you. Yeah, well, I've mentioned this before that I don't know how to swim, so this is I will probably never really see it in person. But I hear it's nice. Okay, so this is a... Oh no, it is the same. I think we must have been to that one. I'll wait till I can see it in VR, right? It's safer that way, too, I think. My bad. There you go. Yeah, less risk of drowning, which I enjoy. I enjoy things that have a lower risk of drowning, personally. This is a personal preference. Orcas? What's funny is, despite my fear of water, I do enjoy, like... Oh, agreed, Thomas. Agreed. I really enjoy, like, ocean documentaries. Like, I think that's really interesting. But you can drown in a bath easier than a shower. 100%. 100%. I'm not willing to take the risk. This. Okay. Oh, look! A total. I like totals. Can you breach the water turtle? That's what I want to know. Oh. Come on, you can do better. I believe in you. Breach! Hey! We did it. The camera didn't go up, but I'm going to select that as a win. Whenever I see these turtles, I'm just reminded of Finding Nemo. Oh. Nemo, yeah. Okay, we'll let him go. I bet these guys have some ups. They're like, can you please let go of our child? That's okay. Can we not attach to like an adult? I feel like they would have a lot of power. I want more torque. Alright, let's see if there's anything we can activate or... I mean, the graphics are really pretty. The colors they used. I think so many. I mean, granted, this game is just water. I was gonna say so many times in games I feel like water levels are just really barren. They'll have some seaweed and maybe a couple of fish, but this looks very like it's just very natural. Yeah, 100%. I think. Yeah, I can't remember if you were here when I mentioned this, but it's only like, on average about a 2-hour game. So I think it's just meant to kind of explore. There are collectibles, it looks like. They said even like the completionist time is usually about 4 hours or something. Emu, welcome. Did you get your fishing tourney badge today? Yeah, this is Abzû. I think it's just purely sea exploration. And it's very pretty. There's I'm playing on the PS4, but there's also a Switch version as well. Currently trying to see if there's anything I need to interact with before I leave this game. So I feel like sometimes the flippers light up, and I think that means I have like a boost or something. I don't know if it's just like a time thing, if I'm just imagining it. Maybe I'm just boosting well. Sometimes the flippers go away too. Like they're gone. And now they're back. Maybe if that shows you when you have a boost. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Let's go through this door. You did? Awesome. Congratulations. Did you make that noise? Maybe you did. Oh. Lore? So here we have some peeps. And there is a shark, which we have seen a shark, and he's been kind of antagonistic towards us. And there's a shiny thing. And do they want the shiny thing? Do they offer the shiny thing? Does the shark emerge from shiny thing? They are both the same shade of blue. I guess we will find out. Is he friend or foe? He did chomp on one of our little flying things. Oh! Was that him? Or is that just a shark? It hasn't attacked us specifically. It didn't attack us. We had another one of these like floating things by us, and it chomped it. That's probably where we need to go. Did we come from there? I think so. Right? Yeah, it's... I mean, they definitely made the swimming look very natural, and like... So all you have to do is press L2 to... If the fish is big enough, you can just kind of like grab onto it and ride it. And I don't know, it just feels very fluid. Doesn't tell us, wait, have you played Horizon Zero Dawn? This reminds me very Horizon Zero Dawn-ish. This isn't natural. Wait, this isn't under Australia? Also, then there's going to be a very long waiting time. I have not. Okay. I think just like just seeing like the robot dinosaurs and stuff, and then there's like some random technological things which are out in the wild. That kind of reminds me of this a little bit, but I'm not quite sure. So it looks like there was a civilization at some point that lived under here. Where are they? Where did they go? I guess we'll find out. Potentially. A chain? Some vases? Hey, where's my computer friend? Okay. Hey, it's one of those things. Sunfish? Oh, we go up. Sunfish. Oh, you are difficult to control. You can dive, can't you? No? Oh. I don't think he wants to go up. I don't think he likes that. Okay, we'll let you be. As he swims towards the sun, I don't think he wants to go up there. Is this anything we can... like eel people. Oh, there's a thing on top of its head. Cthulhu? Here? Well, I guess that makes sense. What are the chains for? Are they keeping something out? Keeping something in. Is that a manatee? I think that's a manatee over there. We're gonna go say hello to the manatees in a second. I just want to make sure we're not missing it. Those are totally manatee. Also, so there are eels. That's a hammerhead shark-looking thing. Looks like more of like a dolphin. Where's a manatee? Get over here. It is illegal to touch a manatee. You're not supposed to touch them. I actually do not know why, but I just know that. Okay, it's kind of... It does not really want to swim where we want to go. What is this? Exactly. Oh. It's collectible. What do these go to? I don't know. What do we got? Oh, look at these little, I think these are also in Animal Crossing, right? Are these... What are these called? Myself, like what direction I'm going. So there is a door down there. And, oh, this is where we can meditate. And then there's a door here. Which way we go? Let's go to the manatees. I feel like they know that. Can we open? No. Okay, never mind. We go the other way then. Riding a shark now. I don't think he likes it though. I don't think he likes this. Can we? I don't think he. There are only certain fish I think that like to. Yeah. He does not like. I think we already did this one. This guy. Blue lobster. They're very rare. One of these things. chains back. If I pull them in, I just mean loosen them. How far in? Oh, we've only been playing it for about 50 minutes, I think. So halfway? I feel like when you came in, we hadn't gotten too far. Seems like, yeah, average 2 hours to beat, so I would assume. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, nice. All right. We'll have a good drive home. Oh, so that's it. Oh, not a problem, Thomas. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, now we need to find this. Follow this chain. I see. Take me to the next level. Okay, he doesn't. That's good. Those turkey fish? I love how much Animal Crossing has taught me about sea life. I recall someone saying that turkey fish are very poisonous. Something like that. Even though I know this game isn't about collectibles, but I just want to make sure to do this. Even though I'm pretty sure I already have. Why can we go? back to this place. This part reminds me of Black Panther a little bit. Whenever he goes to that realm of the path, previous Black Panthers, and everything's kind of like watercolory, dreamy. Kind of reminds me of this. Whale sharks. Wave of sleepiness hit me. I think it's this game. It's too relaxing. Some kind. Does this show the ones that we have found? Water, and then kaboom, maybe they found something. They take this, they're dumping it in the water. Fish will fly out of there. And there's this thing. We have the diving suit, which is what I'm wearing, pretty much. So, with that orb under that thing. Is she swimming? And the shark. And we also have this spirit stuff. And oh ho, we've already released the manta rays, the orca whales, and then there's the whale shark. Squid we have not seen, and then there's big shark, baby shark. Okay, I think while this is loading, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick, and I will be right back, and then we will continue our journey. Wish we could find something chill. It's not bad. All right, be right back while I go to the bathroom. 1 segundo. Welcome back. Went to the bathroom, stretched a bit. Got some shapes and a Waterloo. And I think we are ready to continue. Okay. All right. So sleek. Those blue whales? Dang. Oh. Should I move? Maybe we're just not supposed to go near it. Maybe that's what's happening. Bones. Oh, look. That's one of those little... I forget what they're called, but the other little octopus thing. Maybe a whale. something similar. There's not. Keep swimming, keep swimming. Hey. So are all of these deactivated now? They are. Or a lot of them are. Maybe not all of them. chance now. Mr. Shark? See some squids. Kraken. Oh, it's sending me back into the... Those the orbs that are in the murals? Hey, more Kraken. I don't know if I saw what's up here. Nope, can't go there. It's interesting how this game started off so like vibrant and colorful and full of life, and now we're kind of like in these areas where it's everything's kind of dead and just dark. And there are these things. Oh, the shark went in. Something about this that seems very just the color schemes and the style reminds me very much of like Blade Runner. Shark has one of those orby thingies. The giant thing maybe powered by one of those orby thingies. And it's just in me. I have an orby thingy. There's also these now like these technological squids or eels. Am I a robot? I guess I am. Well, I suppose it makes sense. And I have a triangular core thing. Shark. sad about what happened to the shark. It took an interesting turn there. I liked it. Whoops. But that was awesome. Finally, when I wasn't trying, I did like a huge jump in the air. I just want to get up here. Are you still afraid of the water? I mean, I don't think this is going to fix anything. This is great, though. Like, it's actually really cool how they've done... Whoops. Nope. It's really cool how they've done the animations for, like, the swimming and diving and stuff. That's really cool. Waterloo! I know. I think all this water was making me thirsty. So Aha! I knew there was going to be something up on one of these. Give me shell. Okay, are there any other ones that I can see? Yeah, all this water, I think, and swimming, I was like, I'm parched. Right? The music does go so well. I thought it was kind of interesting, the giant, scary triangle of death. The music and like the stylings very much reminded me of Blade Runner. I thought, like especially the second one. Everything was so orangey red and like the giant, just lots of metal, I don't know. Like I feel like in Blade Runner, a lot of the buildings and stuff, they look all metallic, but they're not like flat metal. They have like phrases and like, I don't know. They for whatever reason, it just kind of looks like there's stuff out there. Maybe wires or something, and I felt like that very much reminded me of. Yeah, for sure. It is kind of like, I mean, a very chill game, which I think is what I was expecting. Where it's not like too incredibly difficult. You can kind of just mindlessly explore. I've been trying to also, even though I want to collect all the things, I've been trying not to worry about it, just so I can, just, I don't know, enjoy it. Do I just need to take a dive? There's like a big light pillar. I assume that is, well, there's some over there too. Maybe that's not. But maybe it is. Very chill. Okay, yeah, I think it is important. I know. I get very completionist-y. Where I think, oh, but I have to collect all the things. I think I already missed some of them. But I'm kind of just like, let's chills randomly. Let's just relax. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy the graphics and the swimming and not worry about it. Because I think very likely. Oh, what are you? Long necks. Can I have swim? LS Musar. You do not swim very fast. I cannot take you just for a dive. But it's been fun. I'm sad Shark Boy died. That made me sad. are some kind of like robot child. Yeah, I think one thing that's nice. Oh, that's for the meditation. I think one thing that's nice is a lot of the usually puzzle games like this. What? I know this confuses me. It's kind of it's very SpongeBob-y, where they have like a beach underwater. I don't know. It's or not a beach. What was it? There's something weird about where it's like, oh no, I'm thinking of when it's like SpongeBob and Patrick, and I think they light a campfire or something under the water. It just weirds that there's like water on water. I heard you like water, so I put some water in your water, so you can water. Punch lasers, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Let me pause that right there real quick. Oh, you were playing some Hitman, right? I think I popped in. For a bit and just I kind of lurked. Yeah, you were playing Hitman. Playing a water game? Are you getting anxiety? That's I said this at the beginning. I was like, I feel like this will be fine. Because it's mostly just the exploration. It's just very nice to look at. Oh yeah, we're here from Punch Lasers. Welcome. I see you, Capitan. I don't have my raid video yet. I haven't finished it because I keep on saying, "Wow, this is really awkward. Maybe I shouldn't do this." So it's not done. I was gonna try to have it done by this week, but too awkward. We'll see. It'll be soon. I thought about trying to finish it this weekend. But thank you so much for the raid. What have you guys been up to? How was your Saturday? Have you guys played Abzû before? This is my first time playing it. I think we're almost done. It's a 2-hour game, and we've been playing it for almost 2 hours. So I think we're like just right there. Just so very close. But I'm enjoying it so far, even though like Maluna was referring to, I don't know how to swim. Being underwater is just kind of the worst, I think. If I think about drowning long enough, I start getting really sad. Or like the idea of drowning, I just get really sad. And I start tearing up because I'm like, that's the worst. This game would give me nightmares. It's really, this is facing your fears. I know. Jonzo's a shark guy. There was a shark, but I was kind of afraid of him, but now I feel a little sad. What's the scoop? Abzû. It's pretty much purely a swimming exploration game. There are very, very light puzzles, extremely light puzzles, like not even like, oh, there's a door we need to open. There are 2 giant chains that just kind of go off in different directions. I bet if we just follow the chains and push the square button, we can open the door. That's basically every puzzle thus far. But you can then at the beginning, it's very bright and colorful, lots of fish everywhere. And as you kind of go deeper and deeper and into different areas, it's like Subnautica next. Yes, perfect. A right into that. It's a walk sim, but it's a swim. A swim sim. Yes, that is that is more correct. You can attach yourself to the different bigger fish and just kind of ride, and you can kind of guide them a little bit, and then you can do dives. You can breach the water and stuff. It's fun. But there's there is like a story there too. You find like these giant pyramid shaped things under the water, and you can like go inside and you go into the next area. There's like a civilization that existed that did something with orbs, and there are like ghost fish. I don't know. But we have been putting these orbs into, I don't even know, these ghost buildings. They look like astral plane buildings, and then the ghost fish, they come out and they join all the other fish, and then we keep swimming some more and we do that again. But then you find like some like super advanced technology, and I think there's like some of them are like mines that like if you get too close to them, they kind of like explode in a little area with like electricity, and you find like an underground robot workshop. It's kind of hard to describe, but we just passed all that, and I think I think we're like maybe going to stop some of that so all the fishies can live robot free. I don't know. I think the story is very light. I think it's mostly just about the exploration, but yeah, so this has been really relaxing. I think they said generally average beating time of this game is like 2 hours. If you want to be a completionist, it's like 4 hours. So it's just I'm kind of just trying to enjoy it. I generally can be a bit more of a completionist, but I'm trying to just go through it. Like, let's just get to the end. That's all I want to really do. I don't think I'm gonna. I feel like saying, yeah, 100%ed Abzû is gonna be like a big bragging rights or anything. So I'm just kind of trying to enjoy it. Yeah, Blackout. It's a beautiful game. That's one thing that I've taken from this, especially those first levels. There's just so much life. And I think that's part of maybe the story here. Is like, because the civilization seems broken, and I think maybe they did something. I don't think it's supposed to go this way. I think it's definitely supposed to go this way. I think all of their technology maybe like something happened, but now we are going to. Maybe we survived something. We're just gonna end it all. Let the fish have their own. Oh, it's one of these things. I don't know if touching all these do the thing. I'm gonna do my best not to miss it. Then the camera does weird things like this, and I can't tell if I'm gonna hit the school of fish or not. Like I'm supposed to be appreciating the scenery. It should. Oh, good. Hopefully. Unstable balance. Thank you for the follow. It is very relaxing. It's just kind of really nice to look at. And the music is really nice. Oh, and Blackout, thank you so much for a follow as well. You can tell, I think one of the things that I really enjoy about this is like the swimming movements and stuff look very just natural. And I mean, it's probably good since it's like the main mechanic of this game. Can I attach? I can. Ichthyosaurus. So I think it's interesting that you are like this robot child, but you're kind of getting to experience the joys of just these creatures. I just want to do that again. Was I supposed to be doing something? I think I need to interact with these chains. You see, this is like the puzzle, where it's like, oh look, giant chain. Maybe I should do a thing. Play this game with a side of oh my gosh. It was quite relaxing, I bet. Kinda want the soundtrack? I bet it's on Spotify, I would imagine. Secret Life, welcome. We are swimming with the fishes. Beats trying to play Mario 3D World while doing this, I bet. I think that's fine. This is not a toilet, I assume, because we don't seem to be being flushed down. I'm actually playing this on my PS4, but this is on the Switch as well. Abzû. I think it's almost on every platform now. I almost got it on the Switch the other day because it was on sale, but I double-checked, and this was like a PS Plus game a while back, so I had it already in my library. I just never played. You have it on the PS5. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think this was a PS Plus game, a soups long time ago, and so I had it in my library and just never played it. It's the orb. We have seen depictions of said orb. I think. Okay, so this orb goes into that one. Shark! He back. Maybe this is another shark. No, I think it's the same one. He has the same scar over his eye. I think his fins are the same too. Ooh, Secret Life. Thank you for those bits. Have you played this one before? Yeah, Unstable Balance. If you've been keeping up with it, I think it's probably in your library somewhere. Because I think this one, I've had it at least maybe within the last year. Nice one, fast. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. Shark. Can I attach? Wow, so fast. Connection! Achievement! Hashtag anytime I meet a person. Connection! Look at this. That's so pretty. Great whites. Really cool shade of blue. Is that a thing? No. on this game. I think we are very close to the end here. Is my imagining. I think this is probably towards the end, if not the end. But it's been really interesting. You see, there are these things. Oh, hey, that's awesome. Like, the swimming mechanics, honestly, are pretty good. It took me a second to get used to it, though. Swimming in, like, a very three-dimensional space. Oh, look, see? It's turning grassy. I still gotta look around and see. I will say one thing that's very satisfying is like some of the fish that you've been able to attach to have been really slow, except for maybe like some of the dolphins. And it's really fun though that now that when you hit the like swim fast button, it actually swims fast. I just missed that, but we can try it again. There we go. That's it. Is it pointing us here? By that I mean here. No, it doesn't look like Oh. Has no one told you the music is a lot louder than you? No. Is it a lot louder than me? Oh. I see that now. It's not that there. Oh god, not much. I think I did it. The visuals. The fishies. My little shark friend. I do normally fear sharks, I would say. But this guy is pretty cool. You know, he's a pretty swell guy. Oops. I think he's technically a ghost fish. Kind of turns on a dime, though. Which is good, I think. The first friendly shark except Finding Nemo shark, that's true. Actually, earlier, there were these giant sea turtles, and that was exactly, I was like, this just reminds me of Nemo. I'm not seeing any other collectibles. Come on, Sharky. So blue. Okay. Okay, there we go. music has become so good. Like, it sounds very Disney orchestra-esque, if that makes sense. Boss's ducks. Oh, what are those things? Oh, that was just a splash. I want to see a whale do that again. Come on, whales. Oh, dang, all those fish are following me too. Is he gonna do it? What's that long boy? Definitely sounds like Disney, right? I wonder. Can I? Can't attach. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I can has whale. I can has whale. Oh, yes! Oh, no. Wait. I was attached there for a second. Blue whale. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm currently running into another fish. Whale, can you... Whee! Leviathan! I love that. Again. Again. I can't tell if I'm heading upwards. I don't know if he wants to go. Whale? Whale? That's a joke. I don't think he wants to go again. Might be done. I think he's all dived out. Oh, take it back. I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it. Yay! Okay, where's our shark friend? I miss our shark friend. Come back. There we go. There we are. Alright, let's head inside. Cucumber with fins. I agree, yeah. No, I think we have to go. Sorry. Oh. Oh. That's good. Oh my god, everything is exploding. wish I could, like, leech onto a shark and just have it take me away. Oh, that too. Yeah. That's fair. And I guess that is it. Can I swim while this is going? I can. Can I attach to Shark Friend? No. Or can I? I can! A collectible! Sorry, Shark Friend. I must go get collectible. I can't... Aha! Okay, now I can... Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching, Enchanted. Appreciate it. Oh, you weren't spamming, Blackout. I appreciate the chat. It's fun. This is a very relaxing game, and that's exactly what I wanted. Am I still on the... Oh, I'm over. I'm not on sure. No, this was exactly what I was looking for. And it's a nice short game that we were able to finish in one go. Shark, let me... Why? Let me love you! The Nashville Scoring Orchestra. Interesting. Like, this choir is real good. Just gonna do some barrel rolls. The movement is really cool. Like, it just looks really smooth. Definitely breaks the mold of Call of Duty, indeed. I know. Well, so usually in the Jet Lounge, this is what this is on Saturdays. Usually play very chill, loungy puzzle games, that kind of thing, and I've been meaning to play this for a while, just never bit the bullet, I guess. Which I'm fine with. Because now we got to play it. I wonder if it tells me how close I am to, like, getting all the collectibles. Not that I'm gonna play it probably ever again, maybe. But I just want to know how close I was. Press options to exit. Let's see if we can get one more dive in with our shark friend. Sharky is, he's new. Very cool. That was nice. That was very calm for the most part. Even the, like, tense moment was maybe just very, like, just chill and there's not a ton of difficulty. The puzzles are very easy, and I think every once in a while, that's just great. Oh, okay, so now you can, if you wanted to, I guess, go back and find all of the things. But I'm okay with not doing that. I think I'm gonna be okay with just experiencing the game and being like, I don't have to 100% this. I can kind of be a little bit of a completionist whenever I'm doing like simple games, especially if there's like some kind of collectible. I love Yoshi games because of that. There's always like, a set number of things you're supposed to find every level, but 40 points short of a fist bump. Dang. Well, maybe next time. Well, thanks for popping in, everybody, and Punch Laser, thank you so much for the raid. I want to see. Let's see. That was great. Okay, this was perfect because a lot of the indie games we've been playing, we've done in a couple of sessions. Oh, there we go. Secret Life. Thank you so much for redeeming a fist bump. Everybody, thanks for lounging and being here and hanging out. New people, Punch Lasers, thanks for the raid. If you'd like a fist bump, go ahead and punch your screen on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wabam! Thanks for being here and hanging out. That was perfect timing. Secret Life. What was I going to say? Yeah, a lot of the games we've been playing recently, we've had to beat over like a couple of streams, which is fine. But I kind of liked this game because it was just, one and done. Like, it's just, we got to experience the story, and now we're donezo. I love that. Control being one of them, 7 streams later. Yeah, that was I feel like that's different. Because I like Jet Lounge games to be kind of short. But like Waffle Night Insanity. That's true. Had we not played Control, we would never have had just Waffle Night Insanity. That is a great way to put it. It just escalated. It escalated from there. It went from it went from we're just playing a game and chatting to then we're starting a donation jar for a waffle maker, and I've had waffles quite a bit actually now. I actually meant to post a picture in the Discord the other day, but I actually had I still can't believe what happened was happening that fast. I know. We reached $50 in like 15 minutes, something like that. We had like exactly enough we needed. It was ridiculous. I was also inspired to start making waffles after that. Have you had waffles mixed? My life has been much waffler. Actually, so I made some the other day, and I learned, and this has been good, because the recipe that I've been using makes about 3 to 4 waffles, and I'm not going to eat all of them right away. And I'll people were like, you can freeze it, here's how you reheat it. And so what I'll do is if I've made waffles, I'll have them in different ways. If I want something sweet, I'll just have like a simple waffle with maybe some syrup. But source for waffle recipe, let me see if I can find it. It's very simple. Let me see if I can find it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Ingredients. Nope. Homemade waffles. I think it's... Nope, this is not it. Or... No, I think this is it. Yeah. This is it. This is the one I've been using. 2 cups all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Oh, wait, really? Oh, I have not been doing that. I've been doing, like, maybe 1. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 large eggs, 1.5 cups of milk, 2/3 cup of unsalted butter. I've been using way less butter. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And it's very good. I found one that involved separating the eggs and like beating the egg whites, right, until they form stiff peaks, I think, and then you mix. Then it was like a lot. I tried that twice, and I don't think it's worth it. Like the amount of work that went into it in order for it, I was just like, this is not worth it. So this one's like simpler, and I think it tastes good and whatever. It'd be cool if in the moment of the end credits you could land one place at the beginning of the game and look for another adventure. That would be awesome. I would like that. Oinky B. It does feel kind of abrupt how the way it ends, but very enjoyable. Like, I like that it's kind of a neat little game. I found a mean fried chicken. America's test kitchen recipe will go great on this. Actually, so what I was going to mention is the other day I was like, I kind of want something savory. And so I ended up unfreezing one of the waffles that I had. And I didn't have... well, one, I've never actually just fried chicken, ever. But, like, actually fried it. But I had just, like, a bag of, Tyson's frozen chicken tender things in the freezer. And so I threw that in the oven with my waffle, and then I had that together. And it was delicious. It's so good. It's so simple. And I will say, one thing you can do with this recipe also is the first time I made it on stream, I added some strawberries into the batter. I chopped them up, diced them, added them into the batter. So good. It was just easy peasy strawberry pancakes. Delicious. Found a mean fried chicken. Oh, wait, you said that. It's in my cookbook. If you have a Dutch oven, it's great for deep frying. Ooh, I don't have a Dutch oven. But I can look into that. Because I bet homemade fried chicken and then these waffles would be just super delicious. But I've had way more waffles in my life since getting a waffle iron, which, for those that weren't here, we were playing Control. We were talking about waffles at some point. I think, Secret Life, you were asking about people's favorite breakfast food, or if you go to like a diner, what do you order? I think people were saying pancakes and waffles, and I think I mentioned something about, oh, I don't have a waffle iron, and then somebody was like, you should start like a donation thing, like a donation tracker for... Yep, it was my fault. So I was like, you should start a donation tracker for you getting a waffle iron. And I wasn't going to, and then I was like, I mean, if people are saying to do it, maybe I should. So I threw it up on there. And then within like 15, 20 minutes, we had raised money. I think Secret Life even found the waffle iron. Because I said, send me like a link to one. And then we'll see how much it is, and then I'll post it up. And so then, within 20 minutes, we reached the goal. We had enough to even pay for, like, extra toppings and ingredients. It's a very good waffle iron, I will say. Secret Life. I recommend it. I should leave a star rating on it. In the morning, I'm making waffles. I was speaking of Amazon ratings, Maluna. I was telling Cap that I want another Amazon review. I don't even know what you would call that, but whatever we were doing the other day. I want another Amazon review exploration. That was just amazing. El Capitan was running a stream at Punch Lasers, and we just started looking at Amazon products. I don't remember why. Amazon reviews. Yeah, exactly. Why did we even go there? And then we were like, let's look at the reviews. And then from there, it was like, let's click on this person's profile because we learned that there are Amazon reviewer profiles. And then we looked at one person's reviews, all of them, and they kind of told the story. We learned. Cat was showing us the water powder. That's it. The hydration stuff. I will always remember, though, Mixed, I'll always remember the orange juice guy. I think I still have a picture of orange juice guy. I still don't understand. Is this him? Oh, it's here. I love... So one of the items we found was like a, I think it's like a alphabet learning chart thing. Also, camera. It's an alphabet... I think it's supposed to be more like this. Alphabet chart. So it'll be like A, apple, or whatever. The weird thing is like there was no rhyme or reason for the items on it. Like some of them were like cartoonish animals. Some of them were just random objects. Like K was for keys, but like, you know, I think C was cat, D was dog. I think there was a giraffe, a tiger, maybe. Like, so, and none of the art style matched. That's so true. Yeah, exactly. And then there was this J for juice? Right? Because I think we were saying, yeah, it was J for juice. Because I think we were saying this would be confusing. Because I think as a kid, I'd be like, oh, this is orange juice. Right. Yeah, because orange was O, that's right. But yeah, and so what ended up happening, we realized, because I was like, I bet we could find, because then, yeah, again, J for juice was this one glass with a face on it for some reason. The keys didn't have a face on it. It was just a normal set of keys, but this orange juice glass has life. And so, I think I searched on Google for orange juice smile or orange juice thumbs up or something. And eventually I found it. And I guess all they did was just take stock images and put them on this board. And I guess it also, like, I'm so curious. I wish we could order one of these things. Because I think you, like, push the letter and somebody says, like, orange or juice or whatever when you push the button. I remember one of the reviews that we read said something like, they pushed the button and it just, they said, like, unintelligible voices. That's all. It's all it made. And I think that is hilarious. I can send one to Cap's new house with no explanation. Please do. That would be amazing. I know. Well, I wonder how you get away with that. Because some stock photos are very clear, like, this cannot be used for, you can't make money off of this thing. Like, you might be able to use it in a commercial, but you can't sell that artwork, basically. Like, resale purposes, kind of, yeah, like, I couldn't just take this orange juice guy and throw it on a t-shirt, right? I think that would be a problem. But maybe they would argue, like, well, this alphabet board, there's a lot of different images, and so it's actually like a, what's the word? Where it's like, it's a new work, like a, I don't know. They could maybe argue that it's not copyright because it's like, they're using it in a creative way. Yeah. They didn't seem like the kind of seller that would care about details like that. Probably true. We should contact canstockphoto.com. And for a second I thought the letters after canstockphoto.com said Cap 14147647. And I was about to be like, what? What? But no, it's CSP, which makes sense. Can't stop photo. We should contact what can stock photo and give them like a, hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but this guy over here, he's been selling some illegal goods using your artwork. I don't know. They probably wouldn't care. It's just this one juice guy. This one juice guy has really changed things for me. But all that being said, I told Cap that I really want another Amazon review stream, because that was just so much fun. I liked the stories we uncovered. I feel like we really had something going there. Remember, there was the girl who bought hamster water containers and harmsters. I'm sorry, not hamsters. Harmsters. And what was it? There were those boots, harmsters, and there was something else. Was it the license plate with... Oh, the fairy lights also? Was that part of it too? I remember... Maybe that's where we started. Fairy lights, harmsters, the boots that protects you from harmsters, and there was the license plate with like the barbed wire, I think. Something like that. That goes on a motorcycle. We learned so much about one person just based on their... And a blanket. That's right. And that was like, the blanket was the only good review, if I recall. Maybe the license plate thing too. It took 20 minutes to unravel these lights. It was so much work. I needed I still remember being like, 20? That doesn't seem very long. That seems like an average amount of time. I don't think 20 minutes is a long time for like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You can, I mean, like 20 minutes, that's not very long. That doesn't seem... That's like an average time for frozen chicken, right? That's not long. That's average time. Something takes me 20 minutes, I'm okay with that. But, I don't know. Maybe it was just a very stressful experience. Maybe there's a lot more going on. The harmsters, maybe they were acting up. We don't really know the full situation. It should have taken 5 minutes. Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm thinking of like one of like, you know, the Christmas light sets that have like, it's, you know, the yardage is a lot. I don't know. Who's to say? I think there's a lot more to the story that we're not getting, which is why we need to do another Amazon review. Because I think there's more to uncover there. There's a story happening. Oh, and remember there was the ring remover? I bet there's a lot of stories in there. I think there's got to be a lot of stories in there. What we need to do, I'll suggest this to Kat. Like he should take like a product suggestion from chat, and then from there we look at the reviews and then we uncover the story. We look for somebody who probably has a picture in their profile. I feel like anybody who has a picture attached to their Amazon reviewer profile, they probably have a lot of reviews. So we do that, and then we fill out the story. Excuse me, we fill out the story. I'm curious because I think the Harmsters girl was number 300,000 of Amazon reviews, something like that. Who's number 1? Welcome to our Amazon review talk show. Mix, that would actually still be great though. I still remember the one that looked like an Amazon warehouse. What was I gonna say though? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna suggest some stuff to Kat. I'm trying to think. There was something. I lost it. It was something I was gonna either tell Cap, something about the houses, something about Amazon reviews. It's on the tip of my brain, and I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh well, it's gone. Anyway, hopefully we can get another one of those streams soon, because I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. Okay, let me see. Who's doing something chill? Who's doing a chill thing? I want to see who we can raid. So War Never Changes is playing Figment, which I only saw him playing a little bit before. It's like a puzzle game. Might be fun to kind of give him a hello. Give him a nice little raid there. Purple Dragon? Oh, no. What's funny is it does look like a little animal thing, so I was confused. But no, I actually love Figment. That was, for whatever reason, my favorite Disney thing was Figment. I remember when I was a kid, I rode the old Figment ride like twice, which I guess isn't probably a lot, but it was a lot for me. We didn't really go on rides more than once. But I had to go back because it was so much fun. I still remember the song. In fact, I will not sing it for you because I care for you all. But I remember when we went back when I was maybe in high school-ish, and they changed it. He's like a much cooler dragon. And is like, I'm a bad boy, Figment. And I didn't like that. I missed the old one. It was like just pure imagination and wonder and wonderfulness. But they changed it. But what can you do? He had to keep it with the times. Unfortunate. I actually had a like little Figment figurines. And there was like one where he looked like a scientist. One, like he was all, one that I remember, it's all coming back to me, my childhood. It's all flooding in. There was one where he was dressed like a painter, had like a little easel in one hand. I don't know. I just remember just thinking he was the coolest. Well, I don't know where you went, but I think Figment is still the same in Florida. I think so. It was Florida, because that's Epcot, if I believe. Epcot was always my favorite, which is probably the nerdiest thing. But like so when I was little, he was different. Like the ride was different, and then they updated it, and they made it more like, I'm cool, and I'm gonna mess things up also. I'm mischievous. Which he was like kind of that before, but not to the like extreme. I don't know. It was different then. Back in my day, our purple dragons were less mischievous. It was all about the imagination. I don't know. But he was different, and the song was a little bit different, and there was a different song. He was cool. Anyway, the song I can hear the song in my head. I'm gonna now look after the stream. I'm gonna go on YouTube. I'm gonna search for, because you can do this. A lot of times people have like recorded these. I'm gonna look up the Figment ride and remind myself of what it was like when I was a kid versus now. I think there's like in the newer version there's like fart jokes and stuff. I don't remember any of that when I was like a kid. I feel like they kind of dumbed it down. That's my opinion. As a as someone who has not thought about this at all in years, this is my opinion. Uneducated opinion. I'm also going to get rid of this orange juice that's been sitting on the screen for forever. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation. Right at the start of everything, that's one little spark lights up for you. Oh man. I can hear it. Anyway. Alright, we're going to go Raid War. He is playing a game called Figment. It looks like it's part puzzle game, part action? I don't know. It looks neat. The art style looks really cool. So we'll go ahead and raid him. So everyone say hello. Give him a follow, wave. Thank you so much for everyone who came by and hung out today. Let's see. Punch Lasers, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Unstable Balance. Blackout Underway, thank you so much for the follows. Secret Life, thank you for the bits. And I hope everyone has a good weekend. Hope it's pretty chill. I don't know if we'll stream tomorrow. I think I might just take another day off. Monday we'll be back probably with some Animal Crossing. But I think you're going to see some more Golf Story next week. We actually might flip that. Maybe Monday we'll do Golf Story. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And yeah, raid video coming soon, and some other stuff. So just keep your eyes peeled. Join that Discord, and I'll let you guys know. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you over at Wars, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.